What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for MLB Sunday, May 29th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's MLB slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay guys, we have an 8-game slate today, so let's take a look at the pitcher position. I like Corbin Burnes, pitching against a low-salary batting team, the St. Louis Cardinals. Corbin Burnes is only giving up a .516 OPS versus righties, and he's facing 5 righties here tonight. And on top of that, well, actually, the Cardinals have hit 21 of his last 60 pitches. That's a .350 batting average, so that is a little bit concerning, but I do like the splits here for Corbin Burnes. He's $10,200 FanDuel salary, same price on DraftKings. He's averaging 41 fantasy points per game on the season, has an ERA of 2.19, and his record is 2-2, and he's pitching an average of 99 pitches per game. Vegas thinks this is going to be a low-scoring game. 7 runs scored in this game. That's their over-under. So I like Corbin Burnes, despite that questionable pitcher versus batter history here versus the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, if you want to save some salary with your pitcher here today, take a look at Nick Pivetta. He's got a pitching advantage here over a low salary batting team, the Baltimore Orioles. Nick Pivetta only giving up a .698 OPS versus righties and a .610 OPS versus switch hitters. He's facing 5 righties and 3 switch hitters. And I like this pick because the Orioles have only hit 23 of his last 104 pitches. That's a .221 batting average and a big sample size. He's $8,600 FanDuel salary, $800 less on DraftKings. He's averaging 28 fantasy points per game on the season, but he's been on fire, scoring 34, 58, and 40 fantasy points in the last 3 games. Now, he does have an ERA of 4.25. His record is 3-4 on the season, pitching an average of 86 pitches per game. But I like Nick Pivetta as a way to save some salary with a pitcher that's in a real good spot here versus the Baltimore Orioles. Okay, let's take a look at the catcher first base position. I like Josh Naylor with a 61% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Elvin Rodriguez. Josh Naylor is batting 33% better versus righty pitchers, batting a .891 OPS versus righties. And Elvin Rodriguez pitches his worst ball versus lefty batters, 28% worse than his pitch to righties, giving up a 1.025 OPS versus lefties. Now there's no at-bats versus Rodriguez yet, and Josh Naylor is $3,800 FanDuel salary. He's $600 less on DraftKings, averaging 12 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .298. So I like Josh Naylor here versus Elvin Rodriguez. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the second base position. I like Cesar Hernandez with a 20% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Kyle Freeland. Cesar Hernandez is batting 12% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .748 OPS versus lefties. Kyle Freeland pitches his worst ball versus switch hitters, giving up a .889 OPS versus switch hitters. And Cesar Hernandez is 2 for 4 versus Freeland. He's only $2,700 FanDuel salary, $1,100 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .281. So I like Cesar Hernandez here versus Kyle Freeland. Okay, let's take a look at the third base position. So here's a stud pick, a home run hitter. I like Jose Ramirez with a 33% batting advantage over a low celery pitcher. It's not eating celery out there, guys. It's over the low salary pitcher, Elvin Rodriguez. So Jose Ramirez is batting 21% better versus righty pitchers, batting a 1.033 OPS versus righties. And Elvin Rodriguez is giving up a 1 OPS versus switch hitters. Now there's no at-bats versus Rodriguez yet. Jose Ramirez is $4,300 FanDuel salary, $1,300 more on DraftKings. He's averaging 16 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .297, and he scored 57, 3, 9, 28, and 41 fantasy points in the last 5 games. So I like Jose Ramirez here versus Elvin Rodriguez. Now, a value play at this position is Gio Urshela with a 10% batting advantage over a low salary pitcher, Zach Greinke. And Gio Urshela is batting a .653 OPS versus righties. Zach Greinke pitching his worst ball versus righty batters, 25% worse than his other pitches, giving up a .815 OPS versus righties. And Gio Urshela is 5 for 12, batting a .417 batting average and a .962 OPS versus Greinke. He's $2,700 FanDuel salary, only $700 more on DraftKings, averaging 7 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .259. So I like Gio Urshela here versus Zach Greinke.
Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups.
Okay, let's take a look at the shortstop position. I like Andrés Giménez with a 22% batting advantage over that low salary pitcher, Elvin Rodriguez. Andrés Giménez is batting a .667 OPS versus righties. Then we know Elvin Rodriguez pitches his worst ball versus lefty batters, giving up a 1.025 OPS versus lefties. There's no at-bats versus Rodriguez yet. And Andrés Giménez is $2,700 FanDuel salary. He's $1,200 more on DraftKings, averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. He has a batting average of .287. So I like Andrés Giménez here versus Elvin Rodriguez. Okay, moving on to the outfield position. So I like JD Martinez. I think he's in a good spot here versus Bruce Zimmerman. The splits are good. He's 4,000 FanDuel salary, 1,400 more on DraftKings. I also like Hunter Dozier here versus Sonny Gray. He's 3,000 FanDuel salary, 800 more on DraftKings. But here's another value play that I like. It's Yadiel Hernandez with a 10% batting advantage over Kyle Freeland. Yadiel Hernandez batting 10% better versus lefty pitchers, batting a .843 OPS versus lefties. Kyle Freeland giving up a .821 OPS versus lefties. And Yadiel Hernandez is 2 for 5, batting .400 with a .900 OPS versus Freeland. Only 2,700 FanDuel salary and only 300 more on DraftKings. Averaging 9 fantasy points per game on the season. And he has a batting average of .307. So I like Yadiel Hernandez here versus Kyle Freeland. I also like Andrew Benintendi batting against Sonny Gray. Andrew Benintendi bats a little bit better versus righty pitchers, batting a .802 OPS versus righties. Now, Sonny Gray actually pitches pretty well here versus lefties, only giving up a .584 OPS versus lefties. But I like this pick because Andrew Benintendi is 6 for 14. That's a .429 batting average and a 1.072 OPS versus Gray. He's 2,900 FanDuel salary, 700 more on DraftKings, averaging 8 fantasy points per game on the season, and he has a batting average of .323. So I like Andrew Benintendi here versus Sonny Gray.
If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again and good luck.